Greetings and salutations. Yeah, I'm a little pink. Somebody got some sun at the beach yesterday. Woohoo! I love the beach. I do. That's what summer is for. Beach. Nothing but beach. Anyway, so today's topic, addictions, vices. My best advice. Okay, so here's an example. Fingernail biting, for example. I would gnaw the hell out of mine when I was, younger, grade school and church and stuff. I'd just sit there and just gnaw at them. The fact that I actually can grow fingernails now is pretty much a miracle, considering how they'd always be too low, the cuticles would be ripped off, etc. Sorry, gross, I know, but oh well. Everyone has a vice at some point. Smoking, drinking, the big vices. What I've noticed is that if you trade one vice in for another, you have sometimes better success than trying to give up the vice altogether. Sometimes you can trade one vice for a virtue, if you will. Say it's smoking. If you start doing more of a fitness plan, more of a workout, the relaxation effect that you can get from nicotine, you can sometimes replace with, half an hour on the treadmill instead. Will sometimes give you, if you can get to that runner's high kind of point, etc. Sometimes you can substitute one negative vice, an unhealthy, a toxic vice, with a healthy one. Sometimes. Sometimes you really need to trade vices, going from, say, cigarettes to vaping. Not that vaping is necessarily healthier for you, but what I've noticed with vaping versus cigarettes is that with cigarettes you always have this need or feel like you have to finish the entire cigarette. With vaping, take a few puffs, feel the relaxation effect, and put it away. You can get to the point where you're using a lot less nicotine sooner when you use a vape as opposed to cigarettes. It can, and then yeah, I've actually successfully even gotten rid of both the cigarettes and the vaping for good reasonable periods of time. Given that I'm in customer service, it's a very easy habit to get back into because it does take the edge off of things. But yeah, I have noticed that I can actually get that same relaxation effect going on the treadmill after work at the fitness center, for half an hour, even 20 minutes, that I get, from having the vape on the way home in the car and playing music very, very, very loud. So, because sometimes you need that just to take the edge off. So, yes, sometimes you can trade a vice in for virtue. Sometimes you simply need to trade one vice in for another. The best way to attack how to curb a vice, how to change a vice, figure out why you're using it. Figure out, what is it about the alcohol, that like a lot of people have cocktails after work, like my parents would. Figure out what it is about that vice that you're feeling that psychological pull, that psychological need for, and you can usually combat it, and challenge yourself better with better results, and then you can kind of change from from an unhealthy vice rather to perhaps, hopefully, a healthier virtue, if you will. It does take a lot of, analysis and some thinking on, and some awareness, but it can be a useful thing to try, at least as a method to try to get to a different habit, And habits do take time. All habits take, a certain amount of time to become an actual habit. So whether it's exercise or eating healthy or sleeping better, being less crabby with people, all of those things take practice. And you also have to forgive yourself when you backslide. Dieting. Say you're trying to eat nothing but vegan protein and things like that. Every so often you slip up and you really want that Cops burger bad. Don't give up on going back to the vegan protein, for example. Allow yourself a cheat day. Sometimes that's what they call it. Or, a backslide. Allow yourself a temporary backslide now and then get back on the habit, and stuff like that. You can take a step backwards and then two steps forward again. It does work. So just remember that it is a work in progress and give yourself some acceptance and some wriggle room. With cravings, you know, ooh, yeah, French silk pie. I could probably eat a really big portion of it. Sometimes you just need a little chocolate to take the edge off of the craving. So do a little bit instead of a whole half of a pie. Yeah, I've been there. Okay, pints of, iced cream and custard and stuff like that. Yes, instead of having an entire pint, have some, satisfy the craving and then move along. Sometimes those little steps will help make bigger progress, bigger steps, bigger progress in the end. So, good luck to you. All the best. Have fun and enjoy the sun. Take care.